In this lesson, we will be discussing the SEMrush Domain Overview section. Domain Overview presents a range of overview metrics about a domain's online visibility, so you can quickly get a full picture of a website's presence. You'll see a domain's organic and paid search traffic, use of display advertising, and backlinks. You can get instant insight into strengths and weaknesses of your competitor or prospective customer. For this reason, it is usually one of the first couple of sections that we will visit when we begin to research a potential new client or competitor. Let us get started. After logging into your SEMrush account, click on the top left of the sidebar and select the SEO Toolkit if you haven't already. Then click the Domain Overview at the top of the sidebar under the Competitive Research header. We will stick with the pizza theme for consistency and type Domino's.com into the search bar, where it indicates Enter Domain Name. Then we will select the database we want. In this case, we will type US or United States. Having selected the country, click the Search button. One of the reasons to use SEMrush is that it regularly provides interface enhancements. The interface provides the latest Google data, though if you have an upgraded account, you can also view historical data, which is particularly helpful to business users, and therefore available in the business level plan. Because of this wealth of data, we recommend upgrading to the highest plan you can financially justify. Going through the interface, we would highlight the 4 areas that we are tracking. The organic search traffic, which indicates how many people performed a Google keyword search and the number of users expected to visit our site in the following month, provided the average amount of monthly organic traffic stays relatively the same. Below this number, the SEMrush rank indicates the ranking of the domain for the particular database. We would also want to highlight traffic cost as it appears throughout the SEMrush tool. This number is always an estimate, not an actual figure. It's based on the value of the traffic if the domain was paying for that traffic. So, with the case of Domino's, we can see that since they have relatively great SEO, their traffic cost is higher than the estimated monthly spending on paid search. Next, we see the paid search traffic, the number of users expected to visit an analyzed domain in the following month on the condition that the average amount of monthly paid traffic stays relatively the same. In the third column, we see the number of backlinks, which tells us how many links on the web point back to our queried domain. Backlinks are one of the key factors that get a domain ranked higher in organic search results. So, all other factors being equal, a search for pizza would be more likely to return Domino's in a higher position in the search engine results page, also known as SERP, than a rival like Pizza Hut, assuming Pizza Hut had fewer backlinks. That's because Google assesses Domino's as being more valuable to the search engine user because more people are writing about it and linking back to it. Finally, the fourth information we examine is the display advertising, which tells us how many display ads, which can be text, HTML, or graphics, that the domain is running on the Google Display Network, or GDN. We'd point out that one of the reasons that the Google Display Network is such a popular choice for advertisers is that unlike Google search ads, the GDN has the ability to retarget. This means that the ad can follow the user around the internet and redisplay the ad on other publisher sites that utilize the AdSense network. This can be great in the instance that the user isn't immediately interested in making a purchase, or if you simply want to crystallize your brand in their mind. Moving down the page, we can see a breakdown of where the traffic in organic and paid is coming from, as well as a line chart of the organic versus paid traffic, which is an important chart because it leverages SEMrush Sensor, which we will talk about in a future lesson, but which I would point out is valuable information because as a marketer, It can help you explain volatility in your SERP rankings to clients. You can also see notable fluctuations in the Google engine by clicking the red diamonds, which display notes about the day's volatility. Moving further down, we can review the very top organic keywords or searches that would return our domain in the SERP results. And below it, we see our main organic competitors, which we may not normally note are competitors within the domains industry, but are our competitors in the Google search results pages. Organic position distribution and the competitive position maps are nice-to-know charts, but frankly, they seldom play a role in any newer analysis that we might keywords make on the SEMrush platform is below in the branded versus non-branded section. It gives an indication of how many searches included a specific mention of our brand, in this case Domino's, in the search query, and how many were more generic or non-branded, which might include someone who searches for a term like pizza delivery near me. It gives us a sense of how well our brand is foremost in users' minds. Below the branded versus non-branded section, we see the paid search competition section, which indicates which domains are competing hardest to ours in the paid search block of the SERP pages. It also tells us how highly we are competing. In the case of Domino's, they are very competitive with their bidding, so their paid position distribution indicates that they are always one of the top 3 advertisers in the ads block. Scrolling to sample ads indicates how our ads might look to users. The backlink section can tell us who might be linking back to us. We might see that some popular websites that Domino's might sponsor, for example sports teams, may feature here. We have seen many examples of a domain sponsorship of a popular domain can really boost their traffic, and therefore their rankings in Google. Top anchors. Referring domains and indexed pages give further insight into who is backlinking to our queried domain. The last section refers to analyzed data from the Google Display Network and shows us the ads Domino's.com is buying and where they are being displayed. So that's domain overview. It's one of the first places you should review when starting your marketing intelligence research, but not the only one. In other lessons, we will discuss other sections of the SEO toolkit in greater depth, including the data mentioned in this video. Thanks, and stay tuned!